Have you figured out your niche? Are you helping adding value to other people's lives? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Munira's Musings with your host, co-author of Conversations with Top Real Estate Investors Volume 3, Munira Zahabi.
Greetings from Chicagoland. This is Munira, your host for Munira's Musings and the Navigator coming to you live with thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. I am Munira Zahabi and I am the Niche Navigator. I help people find their niches. The foundation of a business begins with a niche. And that's something that we need to build upon. I'm hearing echoes. Do you hear echoes? Okay. Of course, I'm going to cut this out. But it's live on Facebook. So niches are something that is the foundation of any business. And I see so many people trying to get into several different businesses without thinking about what they want to do, how they want to do it, and why they want to do different things. This is an important foundation, and I help you build that. Munira's Musings came about when I saw people with niches doing extraordinary things with them, and I wanted to know their journey. So what I did was I got them on my show. It started. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Cathy Mckinnon. I am the founder of Wellness Warrior Coaching. And this entire journey came about through my own personal transformation. I never set out to start my own business. I didn't have that in mind when I had my own transformation. But going through the battles that I had gone through, I went through a cancer battle, I went through an infertility journey, I went through all of these major life events, and those close to me, those around me, started calling me warrior for how I handled them and how I held myself through these different challenges. And then on the other side of my journey, I had women around me, other moms, question or ask, like, how are you doing it? How are you still staying so positive? How are you managing this so calmly, so zenly? And so I started helping, initially just kind of friends, small community in my close circle. And then someone had asked me, why aren't you doing this? You could impact so many more lives and help so many more women if you put it out there. And so I kind of threw it to the universe, and we're going to see where it goes.
Okay, so wow, I am so sorry. So I didn't know that you've gone through these things, but these are catastrophes in life that are thrown at you, right? So Cathy, tell us, you have children of your own?
I have one 8-year-old son.
Do you mind sharing how long ago this was? And
sure. So this year will mark my 11th year cancer-free. I was diagnosed 11 years ago with thyroid cancer. Complete fluke. There was no family history. There were no symptoms. And at that time, I thought I was invincible. I didn't really pay too much attention to my health, to be honest. I was young and thought I had all the time in the world to figure out my health and my journey. And, the universe had a different message for me, that I needed to get my health in check. Otherwise, I was going to be in a much dire place. And so I've revamped my world and created a different healthy living environment. And that's how I'm raising my son now.
what was the infertility and the cancer, was that around the same time or later? Or?
It was around the same time, actually. That is how my cancer was discovered, is I was struggling to have a child. I was having multiple miscarriages, and I was going from doctor to doctor to understand why this was happening. And by complete fluke, they discovered the cancer. So I had that in the middle of my infertility journey, which is just, at the time, a double kick to the stomach, if you will.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. But you're now cancer-free, right?
I am now cancer-free, 11 years this year.
Yay. Okay. So what were your thoughts? What made you stay positive in your journey? I mean, most people give up. Most people I know a few friends who have kicked the cancer, but there are some people who just are so tired. They go through chemotherapy, they go through radiation, and it takes a toll on their body.
It takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your mind. It's very mentally exhausting as well as physical through the treatments. I think, initially I questioned a lot of it. Am I going to have the strength to get through this? Am I going to have at the end, what is my health going to be like? What is my quality of life going to be like? And then I just had a moment where I said to the doctors, you know what, I'm not done living yet. I'm not ready to give up and kind of roll over and accept, whatever it is. I'm going to fight because I want to be the healthiest I can for the remainder of my life, whatever that might be. But I don't want to live this life where I'm just kind of drudging through it. I want to be my optimal self. So what do we need to do to get that?
That one moment, right? That one moment.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I bring you that, because now that you come across this journey and left that behind you, as you look back, and now you're starting this new journey with coaching and inspiring women, what is that one moment have you seen in your clients, in your friends, that has changed them? And how do you come to that one moment?
Yeah. For some women, it takes a lot of kind of uncovering or discovering that moment. But I think in all women, and I've seen it in all of my clients, that there is that grit or perseverance in there. And sometimes it's kind of buried because we lose it in day-to-day life of being a mom or corporate America or these different identities that we take on. But there is that perseverance for their true self to fight for themselves. We just have to sometimes peel back the different layers to find it.
Okay, it brings me to a question: How do you help clients do that? I mean, many coaches help their clients do the same, peel back the layers, and usually like the layers of the onion. How do you do it, and what are some of the questions that women should be asking themselves before they come to you?
Yeah. So I do it with a combination of wellness and life coaching because I think, and my personal belief is we have to look at our lives holistically and we can't just focus on one thing or another. Otherwise, we kind of get out of balance and we're not in our optimal self. So I combine wellness and life coaching. And I think a lot of women, whether they feel stuck, whether they feel drained, whether they feel, lost, I think they begin to question, how do they get back to their true self? How do they find that person again? And I've been there. I had lost myself for a part of my life there where I was just going through the motions and ticking off the to-do list, drudging through the day. And I didn't know like who Cathy was. And so I had to step back from the to-do list, clear the calendar, take time for myself, and really rediscover who I was and who I wanted to be going forward. And I think sometimes as women, we hesitate on clearing the calendar or saying no to events or commitments. But we need to do that for ourselves to rediscover ourselves.
To become a hermit for a minute.
Yes, you can become a hermit. You can, however you want to describe it, but I think you need to seriously take that time for yourself. Step back from the situation because, again, when we're so busy just going through the motions of day-to-day life, you forget sometimes why you're doing those things and why those things are so important. You're just, okay, I need to do this today, this today, this today. Well, why? Is that part of your goals? Is that pushing you towards the vision that you want for your life? Or are you not moving intentionally through your day?
Okay, so better not become a hermit, but take that time to become a reflection of yourself and take a deep dive, right?
Point. Some people do hermit, they step back and clear the calendar and kind of, take that time for themselves. Other people just redirect their days or their time so that it fits their goals or their vision. And if something doesn't fit their goals or their vision, then they create those boundaries to say no.
Well, I need to learn how to say no to a lot of things.
So it's so hard, especially as women, right? Because we want to be people pleasers, we're caretakers. It's just our innate nature to jump in and help out in a situation.
Yeah, and when there's like family gatherings, and it's summer now, so when family gathers or something happens, friends gather, you're always the one that goes in, and people expect you to do that. So I was, this point was brought upon when one of my friends said, you need to take care of yourself. So if you're not feeling up to it, just don't get up, because I was so tired when we went last week. And she goes, just stay there. Don't worry. And I said, it looks bad. She goes, doesn't matter. You're just tired. So just stay there. And I see that you want to move. This was my recouping.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. We need to take care of ourselves. So when we do show up to those family gatherings, community functions, we're showing up as the best version of ourselves, and not kind of the tired, oh, I'm here, I'm not really here mentally or physically. It's just, I'm here going through the motions because it was on my calendar. You want to show up and you want to give off that energy that you are really into whatever function that is that you are.
What do you think that holds you back a lot?
Oh, I think the number one thing that holds us back is expectations. We have this expectation, or, people expect us to show up for the community event. We're supposed to do this as moms, or we're supposed to do this as corporate America women, whatever it might be. And we really have to learn to let the expectations go, which can be incredibly challenging, and just find our true path and be okay with doing that, even if it deviates from some expectation that was put into our head, even as a child.
So expectations that other expect from us.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the thing.
Yeah, many times our family has expectations, right? Our family expects dinner on the table at 5 o'clock, whatever it might be. Our family expects us to be at every family function. What happens if we're not? What happens if dinner's on the table at 5:30? It's going to be okay, right?
Okay. So don't drive yourself crazy is what you're saying. Just do what you can do, but you're doing it because you can, right? Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
Give yourself grace, right? You're doing as best you can with what you have, and there's only so many hours in the day, and you need to dedicate some of those hours to taking care of yourself, your health.
So when do women think that they need help? I mean, most women are warrior women. They don't think they need help because they can do it all. When do you think that should women ask? Because this is based on women. Women are caregivers, they're nurturers, they do all of that thing. But the thing is, we never ask for help is because maybe we don't know when to ask for help, right? So, in your opinion, when do women have to ask for help?
In my opinion, I would say if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling drained, exhausted, going through, life, if you're just going through the motions and you're not truly enjoying things. And I understand there's different points in life where that will happen. I mean, everything is not always sunshine and rainbows. Life does happen. But if you understand that it's more than just a situation, it's more than just a season, this is where you see the calendar going forward, then we need to step back and say, what is the purpose here? What is the vision here? And how are we going to change it so that you can truly enjoy your life, enjoy your days, right? Because life is truly short. You need to be able to live and enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that advice. Because, hey, women, ask for help. It's there if you need it, but sometimes it's tried not to ask because we can do it all. We can't do it. We need help. Even if it means having a cup of coffee with a friend and just talking to them, that also helps. It eases the pain, it eases the pressure that you're feeling. But it also relaxes us because when you're with a friend, we can feel positive little, talk about fashion a little, things that we like a lot. And that helps us get out there. So take a moment to yourself. Any last words for our viewers?
I think just playing off on what you said, you're not alone. You don't have to isolate yourself. You don't have to think that somebody else won't understand or won't hear you out. Find that non-judgmental person or group that you can share with, because internalizing all of that stress and struggle will not be healthy for you down the road.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Cathy. I appreciate it. And for those of you watching, here, Cathy's right here. She's going to put her website in the comment section. Go ahead and just reach out. Let's have a conversation. You never know where this could lead you, because everybody, we may not have the same struggles as Cathy, but we know of the struggles that we are facing. The road of life is not easy, and takes us on a journey sometimes, with emotions, with laughter, with sadness, with tears, with all those emotions that play into our lives. Just let's have a talk. And Cathy is going to be able to talk to you about how you can eliminate some of the stresses. And so thank you so much for watching. Thank you, and have a good day. Thank you. Over and out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Munira's Musings with your host, Munira Zahabi. If you enjoyed our show, please share and subscribe to this channel. And for more content, please join our Facebook group